So, folks, hey, remember how a huge part of the United States national identity has been on like forging alliances with Europe and like having good relations with our allies over there and being willing to like back them up in case of like a Russian invasion, for example, or you know, something along those lines? Remember how JD Vance gave a speech essentially saying, you're all on your own, NATO's garbage, we're not going to do anything, time for you to pay your way, essentially. You all remember that, right? Well, an internal memo from the Pentagon has leaked to Washington Post. And it's basically written by Project 2025. Um, it's bad, guys. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has reoriented the U.S. military to prioritize deterring China's seizure of Taiwan and shoring up homeland defense by assuming risk in Europe and other parts of the world, according to a secret internal guidance memo that bears the fingerprints of the Conservative Heritage Foundation, including some passages that are nearly word-for-word duplications of text published by the think tank last year, i.e., if you were to submit it in your college studies class, you would be, you'd be given a failing grade for plagiarism. So that's cool. Yeah, and this is a secret document yet again leaking secret military information. So it outlines in broad and sometimes partisan detail the execution of President Donald Trump's vision to prepare for and win a potential war against Beijing and defend the United States from threats in the near abroad, including Greenland and the Panama Canal, because they want us to invade both those places, I guess. Absolute disgusting wretches that they are. Additionally, folks, it's bad. Trying to find the specific part of this. Yeah. So, it forces its force planning construct, a concept of how the Pentagon will build and resource the armed services to take on perceived threats, will consider conflict only with Beijing when planning contingencies for major power war. It says, leaving the threat from Moscow largely attended by European allies, i.e., we, the United States, are abandoning our European allies and only putting our resources towards a potential conflict with China. We're abandoning all of our duties and obligations to the people we have built a relationship with over the past 100 years. So that's where we're at, folks. I don't know. It sucks. This is definitely a problem where it's just like bigger than any of us, and like there's nothing we can do aside from calling our various representatives, and that's where we're at on foreign policy. Surely this will bring egg prices down. Boy, howdy. Wait until we talk about tariffs and the effect tariffs will have on grocery prices, because we're going to talk about that. And guess what? It's gonna be double the effect of what inflation was last year under Joe Biden. Won't that be fun? Europe will never trust us again. Not in our lifetimes.